It's Saturday morning, and I thought I was going to do some lazy reading in the Bible today. It doesn't make sense, does it? But I wasn't. My brain isn't kicked on. We had a big day yesterday, lots of work, lots of fun, and got to go out with some family and so forth last night. And oh my gosh! But I got up late, which is fantastic. I don't normally sleep very long. And I'm one of those guys that are ready to have a super duper fantastic, amazingly great day first thing in the morning by 6:30. I'm like that. I'm not even out of bed yet. And so I have had to hide my entire life for the first hour and a half of every day. So I was lethargic, and I'm just doing the Psalms and Proverbs, as I've been telling y'all, and Proverbs 22. It's just a whole bunch of lists of, this is what you do to be smart, and this is what you do to be stupid. These principles in Proverbs, you don't even have to be a Christian and be blessed with them. Okay? You do what this scripture says right here, and you'll be blessed. Or you'll be stupid. You'll be a fool. You'll be a slothful. You'll be deceiving yourself. And there's a passage in Psalms 22, and there's typically not a chunk in this part of the scripture, a chunk where it's all together. These are just individual verses that are thoughts. Most of them aren't connected. Well, these are from Proverbs 22, verses 17 to 21. And so we're talking about words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. So bow down your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply them in your heart and unto your knowledge. For it is a pleasant thing to keep them within you. They shall withal be fitted to your lips. Okay? In other words, this wisdom will come out. For it is a pleasant thing, this 19, that your trust may be in the Lord, not in your own wisdom, but wisdom of the Lord, and have made known these things even unto them. Have not I written these things that are excellent in counsel and knowledge unto you, that I might make you know the certainties of the words of truth, that you might answer the words of truth to them that are sent to you. Now that I found fascinating. My eyeballs, my spirit inside got all excited. And so here's a couple of principles that these guys in Proverbs are telling us. So the first one is, in verse 17 says, we need to apply these things to our heart. Take them in. Now, what is that wisdom, by the way? The words of life. Jesus is the words. Read the first 4 or 5 verses of the Gospel of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And not anything was done without the Word. Oh my gosh, what an amazing thing. It's inspired, 2 Timothy 3:16. And it's profitable for doctrine, reproof, and correction and righteousness, that the people of God might be thoroughly furnished unto all good works and words. Okay? So apply them to your heart and keep them within you. Where do you get these words? Where do they come from? Well, it comes from the scriptures, doesn't it? It comes from the scriptures. It's the only place where we get wisdom that we know is eternal. I mean, in France, the Louvre Museum's got literally 7-mile library that's obsolete. All that wisdom of man that was so emphatically true at some time is completely false. Interesting. All right, so keep them in your heart. Keep them within you. All of you, not just in your heart, but, all the different, everything you say, everything that you do, everywhere that you go, all the feelings, keep them in all the senses. How you feel, don't let you, what lies to us more than our feelings? Why do we keep believing our feelings? The percentages of them being correct are so rare. Okay? Trust the Word. Trust God. And then in verse 19 it says, trust in the Lord that you might know that you know. We've all heard that phrase. They talk about it in relationship to salvation. Folks, if you don't know, you need to know that you know that you're going to go to heaven. And that's what these words do. And trust God for you to know that you know. Just have that confidence. Verse 20 says, He has written to us excellent things, counsel, and knowledge. So excellent things are things that are not just jabbering at a coffee hour or something like that, or sitting down chatting with family. I mean, my family, we can get together like any family, and we can be pretty silly and not necessarily excellent things, but it's a good time for us to refresh, enjoy each other, put our hair down, so to speak, not go bonkers or anything, but just, we have to, in this world, we got to stay so dressed in this armor of God in Ephesians chapter 6. And sometimes even that gets heavy. So we need that power of the Lord needs refreshing, and that's what we were doing. But God gives us excellent things. He gives us things to counsel others with. He gives us things that's knowledgeable, not just blah, 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 blah. So much news we get today is completely false. Completely false. It's not real at all. It's totally made up. And it's designed that way. You got to get this, people. Those major networks are all agenda driven. They're owned by multi-billionaires that are liberal, that are socialistic minded, and it runs it down the program. They're telling you stuff that's not even true, didn't even exist, never was said. Those are lies. And they're feeding it to you on a regular basis. Stop believing that stuff. Those are not true, they're not excellent, and they're not knowledgeable. And then verse 21 says, know these words. You know why? Because people are going to come unto you, and you need to have the faith and confidence that these words will come out of your lips, and you'll be able to share these riches with others. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what I was wondering. Where do we get the words? We get the words from the Bible. So I'm just wondering today, are we seeking the words of God, the words of wisdom, so that we might share them with others? Just wondering.